friends, these days this question and this problem is really very much common. The teenagers or youngsters, they are already into alcohol or in drugs. So today we are going to discuss strategies on alcohol and drugs to stop them, how to work on them when they are already on such path where they feel that they are absolutely right, they are perfect, they are not ready to listen parents, they don't want to fear the society. So it's not about fearing the society, but love can help them. And who can work, who can help them? Only parents. Because they are already into influence of society and social media or heroes. We have already discussed about at what age we should talk to children, at what age we should guide them regarding alcohol and drugs. So that is very young age. Even when they start talking, we can teach them at the age of 3 4. You may be surprised, but yes, in previous episode we have already covered that. So today we are going to discuss this beautiful subject. Hi friends, I'm Kavita, your friend, your host from PMC English, and today in the series of spiritual talks we have one more time our dear most guest Aniruddha from Florida, USA. She is a mentor and wonderful spiritual master. She takes a lot of personal classes, sessions on parenting. So, ma'am, welcome in our studio.
Thank you to all the PS members, TV members, and also Kavi madam for giving me this wonderful opportunity, because right now most of the parents are struggling with the teenagers, with the gadgets and also drugs, alcohol, and e-cigarettes and cigarettes. So this became a huge number one impact on the children. And also nowadays the heroes are, in the movies, they are openly drinking and also doing cigarettes, all those, because they should realize, I mean, they're taking money from these companies and showing in the movies. The heroes, they should realize this will impact, because whatever they do in the movies, they kind of take that as a role model. And
Yes.
they try to use, because they want to become heroes too in their life, so they would kind of use all those strategies to be heroes. So that's why everybody, as a socially responsible, every single person, to influence, not to influence these kids to take, but to influence these kids not to take. So in the movies, they can put these dialogues that, how harmful they are, how it will affect them, their body. And they can show, how one could get cancer and suffer so much for cigarettes, like little bit in different scenes they can show. If they do that, that will help a lot to the society, to the parents, and to the children. That's the number one social responsibility on everybody, on the heroes, directors, filmmakers, even the serial makers, even on the friends, families. Because if I see one of my friends' child going through this, it's my responsibility to awaken the parents. Oh, what do they think? How can I say that? Most of the, who are in the meditation, they say that, ma'am, they use all these wrong words, F words, this and that. When I go to their families, even if I tell, what impact would be there? So if you cannot tell, then suggest the parents. There is a counseling, it's all free. They can do meditation, they can join. But if they don't listen to you, call a counselor and make sure they are once a week, they are with the children giving counseling, and you learn how to talk to them in a softer way, nicer way, loving way. Children will change, because they are like a sponges. They are into all these. If the child is in a e-cigarette or a drug or a alcohol, anything, regular cigarette, so that means there is an influence on them.
One thing here, I believe that, whatever the relationship before it was between children and parents, whether it was good, bad, or, gap, but the influence of society or movies, as you said, it's huge. And it takes lot of courage and effort to work on them, because when it is already subconsciously, programmed, and children, they are not ready to share with their parents already when they are feeling some gap. In that case, generally they do, or if not, they get influenced by their friends. So I believe no one else except parents are going to take care or take charge of these children. So what is the main role of parents over here? How they can, really teach these children what is the right for them?
Yes, the major role comes on the parents. If they are going in a right or wrong direction, the most of the time parents are the one feel guilty, or everybody blames on the parents. Is that direct responsible? Yes, I would say yes. Direct responsible on the parents. Most of the times, parents does not realize if they are too busy with their work. Sometimes they both are physicians or they both are something else, so they have extremely higher priority work where where there is a code, there is a heart attack on a patient, it's very important to go and save that life, right? So in that busy life, they don't know what is happening in the child's life, what age they are, how they are doing, where they are going, which friends they have, nothing parents knows. And all of a sudden when they hear that something major thing happened and they are into drugs or alcohol, suddenly they wake up, but still they can't reduce what they are already doing. Suddenly they get frustration, suddenly they get anger. They stop talking to the child. They shout at the child first. They call and say, "We heard this. What are you doing? Why you are taking, this particular thing? That you do you know that will harm you?" First step. How do we face the society? Hamara naak kaat rahe. Like, these are the words, right? We generally use.
Yes.
So you are making us ashamed in the society. Do you know who we are, how educated we are, what kind of respect we have in the society? They're more worried about the society, they're more worried about what people think than their own child. So how do the child feels? The child feels you don't even care about me, you don't want me. So it's an abandoned child, they feel. So it's so important for the parents to use right words, to talk right things. And also they will say openly, "Oh, he's not going to stop. He only drinks with the friends. So only friends." So how many times he's going to the friends? Every day evening, or once a week, or once a month? Who are those friends? What kind of friends he's having? What kind of topics he's talking when he goes to the friends? Of course, we can put a recorder or a camera, but if possible, yes, I would do that. If they are having in their room, this chit chatting, or in a bar in their house, if they're drinking, keep a recorder. Nothing wrong to know that's your own child. You can always do that. You should always do that so that you will know what is going on in his life. And number one, if they want to do the parties, let them do in your own house, in front of your eyes, not going somewhere where you cannot monitor or see. If they want to watch the movie, let them watch in front of you. Let them watch the computer in front of you. Keep the computer, whatever he uses, in the hall where always, when you're walking, you can, as a parent, you can watch, monitor what kind of screen time he's doing. In my house, they're not allowed to be in the room and lock their rooms with these gadgets. They can't lock their rooms from the childhood. If they are changing, they will change in the bathroom itself and come out. And if they don't have a room, then they can lock the until they change their clothes. After that, the door has to be open. They cannot lock the door. This is the number one thing parents has to recognize. If they're locking the doors and not allowing them to touch their school bags or the college bags, they are shouting if they go into their rooms. They're not happy. They're uncomfortable. They're uncomfortable. You're stepping into their territory, and they're uncomfortable if you're talking to their friends. All these are number one thumb rules. A thumb, like, you can recognize they are into in the wrong habits. If they are not into wrong habits, they don't care when you enter into their room. You don't need, they don't say, they say, "Oh, you don't need to knock, mommy." Generally what I do is I open a little bit. My kids are like into college. They are in, like, in according to Indian thing, they are intermediate. They are after the intermediate, they are into college. So they're in second year, my twins, and my older one in the third year of his undergrad. So he'll be going into medical school following year. So he's now doing the applications. So he does the applications outside in front of us, where we all are there in the hall. And whenever he needs, he discusses with the dad, or he suddenly asks, "Mommy, which school you went? Which college you went?" Because he's filling all this. How do you spell that? So I tell all these, right? So there we are right there to ask something, to he needs something, or if he needs, eat something, water something. Generally they get up and get the water, get the, make something and eat. Or if they're too busy, they'll ask me, "Is there anything, mommy, to eat at home?" So that's what they ask me. If I say I didn't made anything or not there, then he'll get up and make it. Or they'll ask another brother, "You know what, dude, I'm doing this homework, can you help me?" See, these are the very important to make them do from the childhood. So they're already into it. So they are rejecting you because they don't want to know their secret, right? So they what they do is they reject you and they lock the doors. They won't be like this open for a communication. You can communicate with them. They will reject you in the communication because they're afraid, right? So that is a number one thumb rule you need to recognize if they're not allowing you to touch their college bag.
See what happens if we apply any rule, all of a sudden, because in your case, how was the relationship from very young age to now. You have taken care of being a aware mother, being a conscious mother. But in so many cases, parents, they themselves don't know how to treat, how to behave. So it's after, like, 12 years of age, when there's kids, they just step in teenage. Now their behavior all of a sudden it changed. So now when there was a gap between parents and kids, now to communicate directly, to if we put something very all of a sudden, there is always reaction from their side. So let's understand one by one. But main thing, once if they started drinking alcohol or they started smoking, one more thing, when kids are at home, you can take care of them, but sometimes parents have to keep their kids far, their children far, for education or for hostel and all. In that case, it's really very hard to take a watch, to look a watch on them. So how to work on them?
Yeah. Number one, do not give them cash. Do not give them money when they're going out of town. Give them credit card. So what happens, every single charge where they go, what they do, they are going to charge on that credit card. Ignore that you're watching the credit card, but you do need to monitor the credit card, where he's going, what is happening. Nowadays, these electric cars also, generally we know where the kid is going. The cars are not monitored yet. So you can monitor the credit card. So when you see the credit card bill on these bars, how frequently is this happening? So if it is only happening once a week, that does not mean he's only going to once a week. Maybe someone else is paying for him, right?
Yes.
So, but don't be in a harsh conclusion. Right now, take what you see in front of you. Don't assume and go even harsh on the kid. So you are seeing once a week. So this kid comes for 2 or 3 days to the home, right? So again, don't jump on him. Don't shout at him the minute he comes. "Oh, I see this. What are you doing? Are you drinking in the college?" And then, getting upset, not talking to him. All these are absolutely no. They are crossed, because the more you do these, the more he'll get in deeper into it. So he'll start using friends' cards. He will say, "Oh, my dad is watching. I can't use my credit card. I'll give you the cash from somewhere." And then when he comes home, he'll try to steal the cash to give it to the friends. All these, who is giving? The parents are the one allowing them to do. I'm not directly blaming. Yes, I have to blame indirectly, because every situation comes from the parents. So now he's already taking the alcohol. So instead of addressing it, you shouted when he came home, and he hates to come home too. That's the second thing. And then, if how to do that in a right way? When he comes, talk to him. The minute he comes, like, go out, spend time with him, play some games. Okay. There is a golf games, or eat dinner with him, and then spend that quality time as a father and the child, or mother, father and the child. Do together things. Some things you can do as a mother and the daughter, or father and the son. If it is a daughter, do with the mother, go out, do shopping a little bit, buy the, show affection. You don't need to buy things, whatever she wants, but just say, oh, this outfit really looks good, but, we will buy this when needed. So try to, you can always, say that you look beautiful. This bag is good, or this looks very fashionable. When you grow a little more, you should use these. Let's see those with our budget. So, you can postpone it. Don't buy, but you can enhance those in the subconscious level, like in the mind game, that she looks good, she's already wearing, you bought them, right? You can use those words. It's fine to do them, so that she feels, so mom loves me so much, she wants to buy everything for me, right? That illusion itself is enough. You don't need to buy. But don't say no. Oh, we don't have money, we can't afford this, what are you thinking? Those are totally wrong words to use. So once you spend little time, have dinner, and the next day morning, what you do again next day morning, eat a good breakfast, let him wake up early. If he's not waking up, you go wake him up and say, let's spend little time with each other, and then have breakfast together and go out, sit outside weather is so good, something you're talking that won't irritate you, you don't go into much anger. So try to total control of your anger, because the number one thing, no shouting at kids, no saying negative words to the kids. Everything you talk positively, happily, and you are concerned about the kid. So you say that, oh, I see some fraudulent activities on the credit card. I just want to make sure with you before I call the card. So what are those? On that date, this thing happened. Did you charge? This happened. I want to know first. So the child says, yes, dad, I charged it, right? Okay, so then I won't call the credit card. Don't say, oh, you did this, and then go again, don't go into something else. And don't say, oh, you did this. I thought it is a fraud. Don't attack him directly. Don't use the word you. Say that, okay, I don't call the credit card to cancel it. Now I realize this is ours. Ours. You take the blame as our family instead of you.
I think there he will feel very much safe in this open communication when we give that space and we are equally concerned about them. They will feel that, yeah, I mean, we are in one team now. He is going to either help me, but definitely without shouting, if we do these things. So this open communication, how to express our concern actually, so that they will open up, they will also share if they are hiding something from long time. And as you said, if the child is saying, yes, I have did it, what if he's lying? What if he's saying, no, I didn't spend this money? How to work then?
Yeah, then once we call the credit card and then refuse it, they will produce you the signature. So it will come out. So then, okay, I'm calling the credit card to cancel it. If then they can, they will show me and produce me. If you didn't lose the card, then if this is a fraud, then we need to change the card. And then, meanwhile, you change the card and give him a new card. But also say that, but don't say that you're not trusting. If he says no, trust his words. Right. Accept his words, even though that is not him. When that signature comes, again talk to him. What made you to lie to the dad? I'm open. I am nicely talking. I'm communicating with you. What made you to lie? So always ask questions to the children. So if he says yes, what made you to go and drink with the children? Because this place is not a right place to go. What made you to go there? What kind of friends? Who are those friends you are having? So would you be, could you please explain on that to me? Then he'll say, oh, this friend, that when that happened, he came. So is there any way, can you give a pause to that kind of friendship? So that, always have the friendship with whom you connect with, who are not into these habits. so that you can go for movies or you can go to play cricket or some games, basketball, so that gives them not only happiness, it will dopamine release, and also it gives them time pass. Most of the kids, my kids, say that they go to these bars for time pass because they don't know what to do, because they're not into games, they're not into too much, either they are on the gadgets or they are on the drinking. If somebody comes and says, "Oh, let's go to the bar, let's have fun," so their fun word is the bars, attached to the bars. Again, it is something to do with the family. If the father or the family, in the family, if they're drinking as a fun, so if they are always saying, "Oh, let's have," seeing the father saying that, "Oh, let's have fun and drinking," so that will influence the children. Oh, fun means drinking. Time pass and having good time is drinking, because that's what you gave since a childhood, right? So projection. So it is important for the father to rectify at that time. It's a little late, but still you can say that you can, Nana, you can. This is too young age to drink. This will affect your memory. This will affect your college grades, and also have the children who are into good habits, who are into sports, so they can teach you the sport, and at the same time they will include you to play. So these are the things will may take you further in life, because if you don't focus and study at this time, because you have all the time in the world, you can go whichever direction you can. If you go in a positive direction, happy direction, your life will be flourished and happy, and you will see beautiful flowers in your life. Otherwise, you'll go into darkness. You are going into thing. So if you want to come out of it, I can help you to give you the tools.
Many of time parents are so busy, like both parents, they are working and hardly they are giving time, maybe once in a day, if also they sit together for dinner, that is also more than enough. But so many children, they don't get that space, that time from their parents. In that case, how to give that connection, how to give that trust them, because it's also equally important, they should trust parents. If they don't trust enough, if they have trust issues, then how to gain that trust and how to help out them again.
See, all these years they didn't do it. That's okay. Past is past. But they can start giving now the love, affection, and the time. Parents doesn't need to feel guilty, sit and guilty. Oh, I didn't do the in the past. That's gone. That's done. Don't talk about past. Let's go the future. Future, imagine that your child is in a good hands, doing excellent job, and he's into all good habits. He's playing sports, all that in your imagination too. And at the same time, you talk that to the child. Oh, you're doing this. We are so proud of you, Nana. You're doing all this. You go positive way with them whenever you talk. You talk about, and also find out who are their friends. Talk to the friends' parents, what is happening in their life. If the friend is also drinking together, talk to the friend parents and do it together. Because what happens is, if one is influencing the other, if you do not change the influencer too, if you change only one person, then that to second person, the influencer, again when he goes to the back to the same environment, the second person is going to influence again. So he has to have enough courage and the confidence that he can say no. Most of the time they don't say no, they go back into it, they agree to the parents, they promise, and they do all that, again they go back.
Yes.
So it's important to do. At the same time, the people who are involved into this, talking to their parents and telling them, educating the parents how to communicate with those children. So if they are doing together attack in this group of people, so instead of telling them change the friends, changing the friends is not easy for them in that age. Suddenly go, then these friends come and say, "Oh, okay, what is happening? You changed the thing. No longer you're coming to us." They make them feel little guilty.
Yes, peer pressure is equally very much, tough for them. If their friends, they are into such habits and they want that recognition from their friends, because maybe, half of the day they have to spend with them. and they want that acceptance from their side. So how to tell them right strategies to be with them equally, and but at the same time to not go with their bad habits?
And sometimes what happens for the parents, they cannot communicate with the other parents. Other parents might say, "Oh, my child is not doing that. Don't
Yes.
they might be encouraging drinking. For them, it's okay." So in that point, what we need to teach the child is, okay, you have these friends, set up friends. It's hard to change at this point. But when you go to the bar, you can order a soda, you can order some color water drink, these mocktails are there. The without the alcohol, they mix the drink. It's a mixed drinks, but generally in the mixed drinks they put vodka or some alcohol. So without the alcohol, take the mixed drink with them, order virgin, but don't order in front of them. Go to the bartender and order, tell him, do not mix anything, just I want, I don't. Always tell the bartender it does not suit you. It does, you are allergic to alcohol. Otherwise, what they'll do is, in some bars, they are mixing these drugs and all that stuff so that the kids will come back again. This is another social issue right now going on.
Yeah.
Many commissioners, they are cautioning the kids and the parents because they are drinking mild drugs in the alcohol. So tell them, the all these stuff won't suit me, I'll end up in a hospital. That way they will make sure they will take the caution to give you just the fruit juice, but take this colored drink so that you are equally drinking with them. They think you bought some alcohol drink, so they don't come to you. In America, generally, they don't force you to drink, but as long as you have a glass of water or glass of, like soda, even if you don't have, they don't really push you to drink. But I've seen in India, in the parties, they hold their mouth and they pour the drink.
Oh my God.
They push them, even the girls and the boys. They do both. I've seen. I'm talking about even from 19 years to until 27, 30 years old. Those age kids, they're doing that. They open and they pour. So they don't realize what damage they're doing to their friend. They're only thinking it's fun. So in their brain, all about the fun. Alcohol means all about fun. Even nowadays, these e-cigarettes also, they're there. So e-cigarettes are something you don't know that they're drinking because there's no smoke to it, but there is a mild smell to it.
I heard. I mean, are you talking about vape? Vape is that e-cigarette? Are you talking about?
Yeah, e-cigarette, vaping, yeah.
So, yeah, I heard that that is even more dangerous than normal smoking.
That will completely attack all your organs. Actually, if you stop, they can't function. They can't even go. Their bowl won't empty. And by second or third day, their hands will shiver. They can't think. They will not have the memory. They have to go back to it. They don't have a choice. That dangerous it is. And also, a lot of kids think this is safer, and also parents will not know when they take this, so that's why they prefer that. But when they take that, what happens? If you go to their room, there will be a mild smell of orange or cucumber or something. Sometimes kids are smart. If the e-cigarette is smelling cucumber, they'll get a cucumber from the kitchen and keep it. So you need to observe, are they eating? Are they taking e-cigarette? Yeah, they are. That's what my children tell me. They educate me all this. Mommy, this is what happens. My friend does this, or this kid does this. I say, really, you don't teach them? It's not, I mean, if I tell them not to, they don't listen, mommy, they believe that it is safer. They believe, they can manipulate their parents. So if the child as a co-friend, they won't listen to them. Only only with the love, the parents talk to them with scientifically, and also become a mentor, and you talk about the benefits and the negatives, why you don't want them to talk, and then you have to have that not only serious discussion, at the same time loving discussion, at the same time you have to use the positive words. This is very, very, very important to use right words, right way, and right time. You have to give the time. If you don't give the time, it would be too late. And nowadays, China is attacking India and America. First, it attacked through COVID all over the world. Now they are attacking through drugs. How they are attacking through drugs? Supplying this fentanyl, this is a white powder. They're mixing this fentanyl is the most dangerous drug. Generally, they use for anesthesia in the hospitals. They only use, for example, if they're using 2% of the drug to knock them off. So they are mixing in the it's very small dose what they use in the hospitals. So they completely knock off and then they do the surgery, right? But they are using 2000 times mixing in the drugs, in the regular, like, whatever they are taking, the basic drugs, if they are taking, they're not too dangerous. I mean, they are not healthy. They will attack your memory, this and that, or you get addicted.
If such things are happening, no one can even recognize, because kind of things are mixed into our drink, or maybe in hospitals. How can one even recognize? How can one know?
That's why, they are mixing in the regular drugs they are taking. Like, for example, if they are taking marijuana, I mean, simple, like these leaves which became illegal in America because they thought they won't damage in the long run, but they do get addicted. But they don't die. Okay. But the minute they mix the fentanyl, one tablet will kill you. That is the slogan right now in America going on. The kids are dying on the spot. The blood comes from the nose and they die. So parents are thinking it's overdose of the drug. It's overdose of the drug, but someone else mixed it and someone else want to kill your child. So it's not that child took overdose. Child does not even know that he took overdose. So they are attacking. So what happens when they attack the children? The whole family system collapses.
Right.
Imagine a young boy or a girl dies in the family, the whole family system collapses. Their siblings go into depression, their parents go into depression. So that is how the China is attacking now. So America found like tons of quintals, thousands of kilos, lakhs of kilos. It's finding, but still there. You know how many Indian kids died in this year in one city? Like when I went to Dallas, even some of the meditator kids died because of the mixing of fentanyl in there, whatever they are taking, the drink or whatever it is. So they died on the spot. 50 kids by March, Indian kids, the Telugu kids you're talking. So even I get at least 2 or 3 calls as a counseling that their kid died with overdose of the drug, which is like around 19, 20, 21, 22. They are targeting, whoever is taking the, this kind of in this environment. So they're targeting those kids, and the kid is dying right there. Their heart stops right then and there. You can't do anything. There's no such thing as, they say that there is one leaves, one drug. If you give, they survive immediately if you give. So you have to put that in your pocket and in the room or keep in the house, keep everywhere. That is what the society is right now.
Are they doing such things only in bar, or even in wine mart also, even the normal bottles also, these things are happening?
In America, we have seen these supply chains are there, right? Like food supplies, like meaning door deliveries. Those delivery people are delivering these. If they ask for the drugs, they are delivering mixed fentanyl. So one of a boy, they both the husband wife are the physicians. The boy is ordered something like a pizza or something, and I'm sure he ordered a little bit of cocaine or something, a mild version he might be taking. He's a medical student actually. So he's taking, so they mixed fentanyl in that. So when he ordered the pizza, he took that before that. So he died right then and there. And the parents were not in the house. By the time parents came into the house, he's dropped dead. So this boy is like really like a beautiful, handsome boy, a good height, some 6'3" or something, like he's so handsome. Imagine cremating that boy, what the parents could go through. So these are the things we are seeing nowadays. Even I heard like there are a lot of influencers like who are making millions of dollars. These young kids nowadays, they're making a lot of money as a YouTube influencers or their own channels. So those kids are into, because they got the money in a young age, they want to have fun. So fun means what? Taking a little bit of drugs or whatever. So even in the hotel they ordered something, a mild version, just to have fun. But they gave this fentanyl and then they immediately died. There were three boys died like that in the hotel. So we are hearing every single day nowadays. It became so common. So no longer, like someone killed somebody. It's became so easy to kill anyone. You mix the fentanyl and the reports are coming as a overdose of the drug. So it's not the overdose of the drug. It is something somebody mixed it and gave it and they died. So that's why it's an attack. So it's a clear come of attack. So parents has to be, so if you go on the YouTube, one pill will kill you. If you go on the YouTube, you can see that. Easily you can see that. And you can read, there are so many videos, there is so much of audios, there are so many going on, so much going on the internet on these fentanyl. A lot of people, they don't even know. That's what my sister is saying. Oh, in India we didn't even heard. I said, in India I get 3 cases a week for counseling that their child died with overdose. So imagine how many cases are happening in India. So I said, this is a rapid thing going on. This is an attack going on. The government and the parents, before the government, if we depend on the government, nothing is going to happen. So it should be bringing the awareness on through movies, through serials, and also through parents. It has to go, the soft message has to go to the kids, so that kids will be extremely careful not to go into those and not to go into something in the places where they could mix, and they have to be aware what cases happened in the colleges, what is happening. So, they need to be aware of where, which places, what are the, who died and what happened. So if they go little more research and deeper, if the kids think, then they can be far from those. They can avoid those situations. They can also, they have to be extremely, extremely, extremely cautious, awareness, and present, and they have to do little research on.
Yes, definitely. Awareness and education is very much important. Even though people know, uh, if they really want to change themselves, then only they can change. Otherwise, an influencer or someone else cannot change them. Yeah, being an YouTuber or being an influencer, they will try to do, but unless until a person who are already into such habits, if they don't want to come out of such habit, no one can help them. So how to help them, how to educate them? Because see, it's not that they don't know, they know very well, they know very well, but still they are into such habit. They may say some excuses, they may tell about that stress and all. They are already into stress. If, as you said about medical student or management student, they may say they are already into a lot of study and this and that thing. So they are already into stress, they need something which can help them.
The
So
majorly I have seen, if the parents are too busy, not giving any time to them, and also they don't know how to manage the stress and they don't know where to go for that. So always give way, not only with the parents, with the people who are 6 7 years older to them, and they've grown with them kind of, and they have a good habits. So connect with those people. So connect with them and make them a mentor to the children. So they won't come to the parents, but they'll go to them. And that person has to create a confidentiality. He should not come and tell the parents, oh, your child said this, he's into this, that, and then they might again shout. So that this mentor has to be extremely careful and cautious what to tell, what not to tell. Even if they tell, the parents pretend that they don't know anything. So whatever the parents wants to communicate, they should communicate with this mentor, who should not be too old or too much age difference to them, or they connect. See, wherever I go to the dinners, to even to these places for the meditation places. They call me to their home, right? The children will get connected to me no matter what age they are, even teenagers, even 22-year-old or 21-year-old who wants to go to medical school. They connect to me and say, Mummy, I can go to this auntie whenever I need it. She's so comfortable to talk to. So for me, there's a huge age gap, but I am talking what they like to hear. So find that person who has that knowledge, who can mentor your child, and get connected with that person. So what happens is someone like me, I can easily convince them not to touch those things. Might not be in one session, maybe 4 5 sessions, but I will be behind them and I'll make sure they're coming out of it, right? So same thing, you will find someone, your best friend, or somebody who are 10 years older. I from the childhood, whenever my sister daughters or my sister daughter husbands come to my home, um, so they're already went through the teenager, they're already passed that, right? And they are a good role models. So means they're doing good in their life, they did good. So if I keep them and ask them, okay, can you explain today about this topic? So when they are there like 6 hours, 5 hours, even I can ask them the question, why did you choose medicine instead of all these other subjects, right? So if I want them to know about it, so like that, I can ask the question, how did you handle when somebody asked you to drink or somebody asked you to, or I did ask all these questions whenever they came in front of the boys. And then I asked, how did you manage, there was another boy came. So I asked him, did you had the girlfriend? So how did you manage when you decided not to marry or when to break up, when you break up with the girlfriend, how did you took it? Because a lot of the boys, when they break up with the girlfriend or a friend, they go into depression, they go into very low stage, it's hard for them to come out. So they, in those kind of circumstances, they go into these extra help of whatever the drugs you call or alcohol you call or whatever it is.
Two points are very much important: depression and then stress management. Could you please give some tips on these habits?
When they're completely low, recently I had one case. They're Spanish people. So I know their family. He comes all the time. He's my husband's, known person. So the daughter came with him from the college. She's going to dental college. So the daughter came and approached me and said, you know what? My brother is in depression. My brother needs help. When I told my father he needs help, let's bring him home and give a gap in the college, father said, no way, he will learn, he has to figure it out, he's not coming out of the college, he's not coming into the house back. So father is absolutely no, they are divorced. Mother is okay to do, but father is saying no, he can't come home. So the sister is struggling how to help him. So I gave some tips saying that, you know what, call him for the sunset, make him do sun gazing. So the sunset in Florida is from like very late, from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So call around 8 o'clock, because you want to do the sunset like when it is after 30 minutes of the regular time. So it will be orange and yellow color. So call at the sunset time and say, come out of the house. Come on, I want to show you something. I want to give you, let's do something fun. So when the sister says that, he'll come out of the house. Then she will say, okay, let's do the watch the sun, colors of the sun. Let's watch that. And it's only 10 seconds you do the day one. And the day two, you do 20 seconds. Day three, you do 30 seconds. Make that do every single day with your brother. So I'm coaching her how to bring each day out. And then after the sun gazing, let's do the walk. So she's walking wherever she is. She's in a different state. She's in New York. He's in Florida. So she said, let's walk together. Let's just see how many miles we walk together. Like who walks like how long in those minutes. Something like, competition is always good with the siblings. They will be like, okay, I'm going to walk faster or I'm going to do this. So in that sunset time, walking outside will take them out of depression within like, I can say within like 2 weeks, he'll come out of it. If he does the sun gazing every single day and walking in the sunset, then he can come out of that. No issue. So I told the sister, can you do that? She said, I can do that every day. So she called the other day and said, you know what, I'm able to do the sun gazing, and we both are walking. Even I'm walking with him every day. I said, congratulations, you are the mentor to your brother, and this will make you super happy. Happy, it brings so much of joy within herself, and she feels something she accomplished and brought the brother out of this.
Yeah, it's very beautiful because this relation between siblings, or relation between parents and children, are always divine, always so special, no matter how much gap or how much problem it was earlier. But if one can step out, if one can try to even help someone, any problem can be solved.
Yes.
That's very true.
But you need to have right mentors and right
Right.
ideas
Yeah.
put together. There are so much, the internet is there. See some of the videos and watch how to bring them out. There are so many psychiatrists are talking, so many people are talking. So bring which suits to your family or your brother or your sister, and then mentor them, because parents, they think being strict is the way to go. They will not do, they shout or anger, not talk to them, but those are none of them. So if the parents has that attitude, they're not listening, then do yourself. You can do yourself, friends. You can bring your brother or your friend out of that depression easily without any issue. Even from alcohol, even from drugs, you are the one who can bring them out. Bring them out instead of you going into it with him.
Thank you so much, Aniruddha ma'am, for bringing this point so beautifully that one can understand through the experience, through the examples, and the way you have explained point to point how to behave, how to take care, how to work on them, the strategies and all. So, could you please give the main points one more time before closing our session, so people may remember and they can work on their children?
Main thing is the parenting. The parents show lots of love and affection and give the time, and also talk to them positive words, happy words, and there's absolutely no need to shout at them and no need to stop talking to them. Those are absolutely no. Okay. Give as much as you can, pamper, love, go and tell them you're there. Even if you see some things, ignore them, say that it happened in our family, our thing, our. So any fault, you say our. If he did something great, say that you did great, beta, I'm so proud of you. He recognizes as him. But if it is a negative, recognize, say that it's our, as we did this, let's recognize, let's rectify, let's work on it, so that you're working together, not he's, you're not separating him in that fault. So don't separate him in the fault. And then the other thing is, involve your around people who are attached to him, as a mentors. So you bring the topics when they come to your house, and you ask the questions so that they will answer to your children about the subjects, or about what to take, and about these e-cigarettes, about the alcohol. You, even though he might be taking, but you ask them what are the precautions we should take not to go into. Even if we are taking, how we should address it. You ask those questions to those kids who are a little bit older. They can easily tell in a general form, and that becomes a tutoring to them and mentoring to them without their knowing, in front of the parents. And the most important thing is, never allow the parties in somewhere else. Always tell them to have the party in your own house, and in front of you in the hall, not in their bedrooms. If at all they do in the upstairs bedrooms, next day go back and check everywhere, including the toilet, including their bedroom, closet, everywhere. Check what happened. You'll find so many surprising things, I'm telling you. But check and be aware before the cleaning lady comes and cleans them. So always aware, watch with one eye, always behind and see, but don't show that you are checking everything what is going on in their life, but you do need to check everything what is going on, where they are going, what kind of life and what kind of talk they are doing in the parties. All these are very important for the parents to know, before it's too late. When they lose the child, it's too late. They will feel guilty, upset, they go into depression. All those are too late. It's waste of the time doing all that. So they need to move on with their life if that happens, because you can't change, you can't go back and change. That's what change, when the things are in your hand, put the things together, release the anger, release the shouting, release not talking to them, all those stuff. Absolutely no friends, and do it with the love and affection, and give them good food, spend time with this 5 things, spending time and all, loving and all that, good words and the right way of talking will change the child in instantly. Within 3 weeks, within 2 3 visits, he will become something else. You see that.
Beautiful, beautifully, you have covered everything. So thank you so much, Aniruddha ma'am, for coming and sharing your wisdom, especially for this topic. And our audience were really eagerly waiting for this topic when we covered our previous topic, like how to communicate and when to communicate with children regarding drugs and alcohol. So we got good messages and comments below. So thank you so much, and look forward for one more beautiful topic with you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you for the opportunity. And I would love to teach and mentor the kids. If they need it, they can always text me, or in our channel also we always answer and work. Even if if you get any questions also, let me know. We can do sessions on those questions, so that we can be helping the parents and the children, because our future is our children. So we do need to mentor the parents to keep our future. So I'm always there whenever you need it. Even that's what my husband doing now, Vinod Miriana. He's actually mentoring the youth, and also he's helping them how to come out of it and all that. He's a physician, so we'll do one session with him in the future, so that he can also explain what they go through mentally, even scientifically, and how to help them.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, definitely, yes. Friends, I hope you love this episode, and please comment below for your questions. If you have any doubt, you can connect to Aniruddha ma'am directly. So please like, share, subscribe PMC English, and share this video with everyone. Thank you, friends.